Okay, everybody, let's talk about some different type of poses. We've done a lot of standing poses. Let's go to a seated forward fold. So for a seated forward fold, we're going to extend the legs out in front. And for many of us, we're going to want to have a soft bend in our knees. We can also sit on a blanket to elevate the hips. This just helps us be able to spill forward a little bit better. I have Rosie, my new puppy, hanging out with us. So for a seated forward fold, we want to think about the butt bones pressing into the floor, soft bend in the knee, or perhaps all the way straight. Listen to your body here. If it's too much of a strain behind the legs or into the back or even into the front of the hip flexor, we want to back off of that. So we sit really tall, hinging from the hip crease. We spill forward. Now, we want to initiate the bend from our low back. So we're here. We're not just slumping rounded. We're taking the hips crease and we're hinging forward. Hands come to the ground or your legs. And then when you get to your edge, and only you know your edge, then you round. So we start upright, hinge at the hip crease, press forward. Okay? Not this. Butt bones down, hinge from the hip crease, and then spill over. That is as simple as it is for a forward fold. Pretty easy. Now we're going to move to a seated forward fold using our chair, which is sort of kind of a crazy thing to think, but we're going to sit nice and tall. Feet are going to be grounded. Now you can straighten your legs some if you prefer to have a little bit longer leg versus being bent here. Again, initiating the movement from our low back and our hip crease. We're going to sit nice and tall and we're going to hinge forward and then spill. I'll turn so that you can see. So here are my legs, slightly forward, not here, slightly forward, rooting into my butt bones, finding my hip crease, lengthening my spine first. So the initiation is coming from the hips and the low back. Then I spill on over. Hands can come down. You can let them just fall. And then to come out, you inhale to roll up. And that is a seated forward fold.